sound. We sound good. Jason didn't know I know how to rap. I'm freestyling right now, and I'm wearing a hat. I can't believe I'm doing this because I hate this shit.
Yeah, man.
That's because I do CrossFit.
Yeah, CrossFit makes you hate rap.
I'm going to do a CrossFit rap.
Why are you going to
All right, here's the deal. You ready to go? Are you ready to start the show? See that? I'm still rapping, even though...
We're rapping? All right, guys, take it easy.
Take it easy. Why are you so sleazy?
Take it easy.
All right, we ready? We ready?
Yes.
Jason, are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to... Why are you reading the taint? Does the taint report still exist? Oh, you wanted to put a beat with it. That was the whole... You're very high tonight. I can tell that because you don't want to fight. I don't want to do this. I don't like to... I can't believe I'm playing this game. I hate this shit. All right, can we start the show? Stop this bullshit. It's an entire fucking music genre that never should have been created. I hate it more than anything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world famous Bingle show at the sort of famous Hollywood Improv. We are world famous. Everybody knows our show around the world. People in America know the Hollywood Improv. They are only America famous. We are world famous. We are sitting in the parking lot of the American famous Hollywood Improv doing the show in the world famous Bingle bus. I'm here with none other than world famous Jason Hour. And I've had a pretty crazy 4 days. Happy to be here. Happy to just happy to be alive right now. Just very grateful. I will say that. So it's weird you get me in a good mood, but I am in a good mood.
Glory, glory.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to sing. You're so high right now.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. All right. We got a great show planned for you. If you like our show and you longtime listener, I get lots of these messages from guys going, "Hey, I still listen to the Bingle Bus." It's not still listen to. We're putting on shows for you. Thank you for still listening. New listeners, we want to know about the new fucking people that weren't talking shit fans that are new to Bingle Show. There's so many ways to get a hold of us. You can email us at eddyift@gmail.com.
Jason at thebonusextra.com.
Jason at thebonusextra. You can send dick pics to Rachel at rockhard_Rachel.
Just regular
Rockhard Rachel.
RACH.
She likes dick pics.
EL.
She shows them to us afterwards. Did you get any this week? Anything?
No, I don't want dick pics.
Send dick pics to Rockhard Rachel. Make sure you are rock hard because she doesn't like softies. And Damien, what's your at Punstrosity? And that is what? Your Twitter? That's his Instagram.
It's
at
his Twittergram.
Punstrosity. And Damien loves nutsack pictures.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't like dick pictures. Send Damien nutsack pictures. The more wrinkly, the better. So, like, right when you come out of the shower and it's all fucking like cold shower and you're all cold and they're all shriveled up.
Oh, no. The best is hot tub. They, like, hang down to your knees.
Okay, so he'll have that. Either hang down to your knees, nuts, or all shriveled balls. And
Hey, it's hang down to his knees nuts.
yeah, let's see. We'll have a contest. Whoever can hang their balls down lower, Damien will.
Do your balls hang low?
Damien
Do they
will
wobble
flick
to
them.
and fro? Can you tie him in a knot? Can you tie him in a bow?
Damien will flick your balls for you.
Ball flicker.
Would-
This is so you two, buddy. I'm out.
What would you? would you flick?
No, because he'll sue me or I'll lose
If a
something
guy
down
said,
the road.
"Please flick my balls," would you do it?
Oh, no. I mean, you don't even have to ask. That might happen.
If I pull my balls out right now, will you flick them?
Fuck yeah.
Okay,
With
no.
pleasure.
No, I just wanted to see.
I can do like
Oh, we got to bring on our guest in 1 second. We're not ready yet. God, stop. Like, we're comics. We sit backstage and wait all the time. He's backstage right now. Outside the bus, he's in our green room. You can have him sit in the driver's seat if you want.
We have a lovely green room, by the way.
Where is our green room?
It's all around you, man.
Yeah, it's all outside.
Our
Okay.
green room actually touches yours.
I just want to tell, I want to say, Ari Manus is our guest today, and he's got a very interesting story that I want to get into. But I have so much to talk about tonight, and so it's going to be difficult. And I want to get to his shit, and then I kind of want to get my shit out of the way. But I want to talk about using our Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/EddieIft, donate to the show. I'm not going to lie to you. You guys aren't doing it. We've been doing a free show for the last 7,000 episodes. Please, just help out. Just give $1, $2, $3. It all adds up and helps us pay the bills. This show makes zero money. It's in fucking debt. The Wadcast podcast, my CrossFit podcast, is keeping this show afloat. At a certain point, I'm going to have to go, this one is killing me, and I'm not doing it anymore. So that's not a threat. Okay, it is. If you want to hear the show anymore, use the Amazon click-through and use that. Because as you hear, we have no ad today. And ads, we get maybe one every 2 or 3 weeks. That's not paying the fucking bills. See Damien over there? He's expensive. I owe him money right now. How much do I owe you right now? Like $500, $600? I owe that guy $600. So 600 people give $1, and Damien can be paid. Otherwise, I'm going to have to suck his dick. Do you want me to suck his dick? I will suck his dick. $600. He said, yeah. He said he'll take the dick suck. Jason, you're going to have to suck his dick. Jason, do it for the show.
Talker.
I know.
What is going on with you, buddy?
Just suck his dick for the show.
Oh, my Lord.
For the show?
Oh, no.
You don't care that much?
No. No.
All right.
I was like,
well, are we ready for our guest? Is there anything else we should tell people? Oh, I've got dates. If this airs tomorrow, which it might.
You should put it out tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we should put this one out tomorrow. Because of the fire. I talked about the fire like my house burned down, but it didn't. I wasn't even there was no fire around me. I was never in danger. I was under the threat of danger. But I will be, speaking of the threat of danger, if you live in Portland and you don't come to my show, I'll fucking find you. I am there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of this week. That's November 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. Get that? November 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th. I am in Portland, Oregon at Harvey's Comedy Club. It's a cool throwback club. It's got this cool shit in the basement. I'll take you down to the basement. We'll go in the tunnels. They had where they did the Oriental Express shit, where they. I'll tell you. I'll film it when I'm there. Also, then starting the 19th of November, which is Monday, all week long, I'm in Las Vegas at the Comedy Cellar. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, I believe. And that show's awesome. The Comedy Cellar in Las Vegas is one of the best clubs in Las Vegas. I love working there. It's so much fun. It's in the Rio Hotel. Come see us. A whole bunch of New York comics come out, and we do a showcase show. So I don't headline. I showcase with a whole bunch of other comics. Come see that. And then the week after that, I'm in New York City filming a TV show. I'm going to New York. Did I tell you that?
No.
I'm shooting the new Comedy Cellar. You know everything. What's it called? Crashing. No, not Crashing. I'm shooting Comedy Cellar Tonight. I think it's a new show on Comedy Central called Comedy Cellar Tonight. So I'm shooting that all next week, or 2 weeks in New York, and then I'll be back, and I head to Reno and South Lake Tahoe. So check out all my dates at EddieIft.com. And let's now talk to Ari. We'll bring Ari on. Ari Manus, funny comedian, nice guy, very creative, does amazing shows. He does a show out of his apartment, Jason, that I have done, and it's a very good show. Ladies and gentlemen, Ari Manus. There's no clapping on this show. You can sit wherever you want.
I want to sit right.
You can foley that.
Ari, meet Jason Hour, the Hour
Jason.
of Power.
Nice to
and
meet
welcome to the Bingle Show. That's Tegan.
Tegan, nice to meet
Tegan,
you.
the Hour of
This for me?
of Pagan.
Thanks, wow.
Taking the
I
pagan.
haven't
That's
had a
great.
beer in
That's
probably over a month.
that's Rock Hard Rachel. Did you do?
Can I have your chip
did you do
now?
Sober
You're going to give me
October?
your chip?
I did without actually doing it. I just did it.
You didn't want to
I
drink.
wasn't paying attention.
And
I
now
just
you're doing.
didn't drink
Now
so
you're
much.
doing Movember.
Yeah, I do all the monthly activities.
Think about it, dude. 10 more object things down the fucking calendar, and we have purposes in our lives.
What are we gonna do in December?
No joke. Eddie's dick out December. That's his favorite.
Dude, let's start it early. He already has jizz on his pants. What is that stain?
I was
right
gonna
there?
get to what that stain is. I have been living on the at the doorstep of the Malibu fires.
Oh,
and
has your family been evacuated?
yeah, we were
I'm so sorry to
evacuated.
hear that. I have an
And
extra bedroom if
I'm-
you guys need it.
Thank you, I appreciate
Yeah.
that. But people have been very nice. Don't you have a place down in San Diego that I could stay? That Barry
You can stay
stays
at my
at?
mom's house, yeah, in San Diego.
So I've been wearing the same pants for 4 days. I've changed socks. I forget what else is on. The pants I spilled egg on yesterday.
That's egg. That's dried egg yolk.
That's dried egg yolk.
That's not semen.
That's not semen.
All right, I believe you.
I'd be just
You
as
believe
proud
him?
if it
How
was
would you
semen.
know without like a scientist?
Who wants to do a sniff test?
You know, out of solidarity, I've been wearing the same pants for 4 days too.
That's not out of solidarity.
I literally can't remember the last time I washed these jeans, but
Do
I'm
you
just
wash
a clean
jeans?
boy.
You know, Devlin only puts them in the freezer.
I've heard that, but I heard that doesn't work. They say if you put it in the freezer, it kills the
That's
bacteria.
to get the smell, to get rid of
Yeah.
the smell. Yeah, you're
I put 'em in the-
disgusting. Wash your jeans. If they get that bad or shrink that much, buy new ones.
Does he?
freezes
Well,
them?
he doesn't know what he's doing because
Yeah,
That's
I think
really
Bobby Lee
weird.
does that. A lot of comics, I guess, don't like to wash things.
I don't think anybody likes to wash pants.
Yeah,
but-
because expensive denim is poop resistant.
But it's true. If you do put them in the freezer, if you put them in the freezer with like a tongue depressor, and you pull it out, you can eat your jeans like a popsicle.
You've done this.
Yeah, it's
All right,
they
so
taste
you endorse
really
all
good.
the listeners out there.
My
freeze your
jeans, my
eat
jeans
them.
will taste like egg yolk.
You should put a Pinterest up of that.
Yeah,
A YouTube tutorial on how to freeze and eat your popsicle
I seriously
jeans.
read about it. It does not kill the bacteria.
No, no, like bacteria is just hanging out, mutating, getting better.
Speaking of bacteria, I'm gonna have to
Improving.
boil my water from now on.
Oh, that's
What
do you mean?
horrible.
So they use so much of the water to fight the fire that our water pressure is so low that
Oh, you're back in the house now.
illegally.
Illegally back in the house
I broke
with no
the
water. supply.
I broke the evacuation orders. Let me count how many times. 1, 2, 3. I think about 7 times I crossed the line. And every time I get back in, because all the people that are staying, they're like, "Oh, good man, you staying? You've been here the whole time." I'm like, "No, I leave every day." And they're like,
Don't you drive a truck?
"Yeah."
You should just get a big tub and come fill it up at a spigot, like a
Right.
next to my apartment, and then just bring it back home. Take baths, cold baths.
We have water
In a
and
tub.
power. We lost power for a little bit, but it's pretty much over right now.
Okay,
I
you're
might
good.
be. This could be the worst thing if I'm like cheering and I'm all excited, and then I drive home and like my house is gone.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
You went up back up, right?
I go up.
But
like,
you went
and
back
forth.
up when it was like kind of risky and everything, right?
I go back
And
every
you-
day.
And your
in and
but
out.
your family was down here.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you masturbate while you were up there? Like,
Good question.
one time
see,
One
impending death,
impending.
and you rubbed one out.
Yeah, what do you think this is on my leg? You think that's egg yolk, really?
That's human yolk.
Going back.
So we're allowed to talk about masturbating on this podcast?
No.
No, but we can talk about what's on my leg.
Because I would have totally masturbated. You're alone. You might die.
So I recorded a podcast while I was up there
Masturbating.
For what show?
for the masturbation hour. It's called the Hour of Masturbation Power.
That's good. The Australians like that.
Yeah,
That's really
So,
popular over there.
I
you
did. Like
having a wank?
I would drive back and forth from where my family was to there, and I would like talk about what happened that day, because it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was very scary. The very first day when we had to evacuate, it was very scary. Then once I kind of gauged the situation and I realized like I'm not gonna die.
Yeah, they're just trying to avoid
Yeah.
a press,
And
bad fire press.
Right, and they don't
but
want
you're good
people
to
in
go.
the way, and they don't.
Yeah.
It got really exciting, and I'm very sad about anybody that lost a home or lost property or family, but it was a fucking adrenaline rush. Like there was this one point where the worst it got, I could see on the ridges behind us, and I can show pictures, and they were on my Instagram, about like 180 degrees around us of fire coming over the ridge, where it was like, we're fucked, it's over, like it's coming this way. The speed that it moved were like a couple hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, it's done, it's here.
Now, did you secretly hope that your house would get burned down so you can get that insurance check and get yourself a new house?
In the beginning, yes, but then when my wife had me keep going back and taking all her shit out, I didn't want it to burn down because I was like, she's got all her shit.
Yeah.
But when she had all her shit in there, I'm like, I hope it all burns because she's a hoarder. And
Reset.
I was worried about the bus, but then
Like, how many of those outfits really still fit, right?
What do you mean?
in the closet.
Mine?
Mine. Like how much shit we have that
Do you
we
live-
don't need.
do you guys live
I-
together?
I'm the same weight I've been for 10 years, for 20, 30 years. You, on the other hand, you're like Oprah.
Oh yeah, you could have gotten a
Costa.
brand new Bingle bus. This could have been a Mercedes.
I don't
know.
think
This
so.
thing
I
burned
bet
up.
you if you read your insurance policy, we would have got nothing.
I think I have this pretty
Oh yeah, you need to get
low.
insurance first. Yeah.
He's like that extra
I think
50.
it's
You're like,
pretty
would you
low.
want to add fire protection for an extra 195 a month? Nah, fuck it.
I think I got the liability
fair.
really high and the property really low.
I mean, that's fair. If there's a fire, you drive it out of there.
Yeah. Well, here's what happened. I was about to move it. My fireman buddy came down. It's like, I swear to God, it's like
Your
it's-
fireman buddy?
Yeah, I got
I've
a
never
fireman
heard of
buddy.
that. I've never
Oh,
heard
yeah,
of that.
they're-
Oh,
I
my
got
fireman
one of
buddy.
everything. I got
Yeah.
a pilot buddy that I was traveling with, like we were fucking motoring around. I was on motorcycles, fucking zipping up and down canyons. I learned to ride a dirt bike
From
in,
your dirt bike buddy.
in 2 minutes. No,
He's got a dirt bike, buddy.
Yeah.
yeah, I do have a dirt bike buddy.
Is that you?
No,
I have a stuntman guy that was with me who had a broken heel. I had to take care of
Stuntman
him.
buddy.
I'm his podcast buddy.
He's my podcast buddy. I was hoping you would volunteer to come up, but I know you got a kid.
Oh yeah.
I could see you as a volunteer fireman for sure. Yeah. No? You've never been a volunteer fireman?
You couldn't hike up those mountains?
Oh, I could do it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see you out there with the hose.
I should. I couldn't make a video of this
No,
one
not,
guy
not
today.
now. Not like 20 years ago, maybe. Yeah.
While they were dropping, helicopter was dropping fucking. They go to Pepperdine. So they have this tube that sucks water up out of the pond, and then they drop it on a hot spot, and we would all stand on the hill. And it got very, sorry, Rachel, but it got very misogynistic. And the guys are like, spray the face, and all of a sudden, the helicopter would go, and we're like, oh, good load. And all the guys are high
The
fiving.
firefighters are doing this.
No, the guy, all the spectators.
Is this what it's like at fires?
It was. I'm not kidding. We had this overlook that we would all kind of meet at because you have the good vantage point where you would watch the fire above, like up on one of the ridges above the valley, and you would all like meet there, and you're like text people, come on up, I'm up here, and they would come up, and everybody rode all their illegal vehicles because there's no
Right. There's
it's
not
lawless
the time.
land.
Yeah.
It's America.
It's the closest thing to Armageddon. Fucking what were you calling it? The Walking Dead.
Oh,
It was like
yeah.
the apocalypse.
Did you do anything naughty besides masturbate while your family was gone?
I'm trying to think if I did. No, but my one friend wanted to blow up a pumpkin. He goes, "Oh, good time to explode the pumpkin."
That
And
would
I'm
be
like,
a good time.
Not
Are you a gun
now.
owner?
Not now. No, but I saw a lot of guns.
Yeah.
A lot of guys just wearing their fucking guns.
Malibu
because of
Hills,
Yeah.
looters.
perfect place. Yeah.
They
Oh,
caught
that's
a couple.
true too.
They got a
They
couple
were
who-
actual looters.
Yeah, they got a couple people that.
Have
were
you
trying
seen
to
the
loot.
picture
Wow.
yet? Google this picture.
You're not safe anywhere.
There was
Damien's
the
testicles.
so the Point Doom Club, which is a trailer park on Point Doom.
That's
Very
a nice
expensive
trailer park. Though.
Nice, yeah.
It's
million
not
dollar
like
trailers.
trailer trash. These are rich people who live in trailer
A
parks.
lot of them burned down.
Yeah. Oh shit.
They posted a picture, and I know a lot of the guys, but they all were wearing masks,
Your trailer park buddy.
holding AR-15s and rifles, and it says, "Point Doom Club, we will shoot looters on sight," and they're all just fucking holding their gun. One guy has a machete. One guy just looks like
I
a
guess they are
hacker.
still trailer trash.
Like one guy's got glasses, and it's like, what are you gonna do?
He's the most dangerous one.
They were like,
He's not trying to impress
they're like,
anybody.
After we shoot you, this guy will eat your brains out of your head.
I want to move there.
It's
Point Doom. That sounds awesome.
the whole place. Look, the whole place fucking burnt down. Like it looks
Perfect
like a
time to
moonscape.
move.
Yeah.
If you go
Fire sale.
north of Malibu Pier, north of Cross Creek, which is right near Malibu Pier, everything is a fucking moonscape. Like black ground. Like there's in Malibu Creek State Park, gone. It is all burnt down. The
Wow.
entire park.
That's crazy.
It was so, and in my neighborhood, I saw I usually see like one coyote a day, maybe.
They were all out.
Fucking everywhere because they've all come over
Mm-hmm.
into where we are because there's nothing there. Everything's dead. It was fucking nuts. So the one fire started at the area where Rocketdyne nuclear accident was.
Yeah.
Where they have a buried, what's it called? Not uranium.
Warhead.
What do you call?
I've never even heard of this place.
You know
Plutonium.
about Rocketdyne?
239.
Yeah. Learn about Rocketdyne. It's out near Chadsworth. And everybody was worried that was in the air. So we're getting like radiation in the air. And it's still like all these conspiracy theorists are like, well, we're all fucking getting nuked. It was
Yeah, right.
just every minute you get a different report. Oh, the fire just came up here and it's fucking blah, blah, blah. And cops and firefighters going everywhere. It was fucking anarchy. And like my adrenaline was just going. I would just go for like 18 hours and then just pass out.
Next time there's a fire, I'm driving straight towards it to join all this chaos and fun.
I
feel like I was left out. I didn't even notice the fire. I didn't see it once.
I think that's why they set up barricades, because once you get in, it was like I couldn't leave. My wife's like, "You have so much shit to do today." I'm like, I gotta get up and fight fires. Meanwhile, I wasn't doing anything. I was just like yelling, "Spray the face!" But
Enjoying.
I was doing shit like neighbors would call me and be like, "We forgot to turn our heater off. Can you go do it?"
Oh,
and I would
nice.
go into people's
You're a
houses.
hero.
Yeah, I feel like a hero.
You're a hero. And then anytime you don't take care of anything you need to do, you go, "I'm so sorry. There were the fires. I was so busy with the fires."
I used that excuse 1,000 times this week.
Why wouldn't
I was
you?
turning down gigs. People were like, "Can you come?" I'm like, "Do you know where I check my
I live in
Instagram?
Malibu.
I'm in the middle of a fire right now." But I was one thing I did very well is I was good at sneaking back into the evacuation zone, and a lot of people have to come in to put out spot fires at their house. So I would navigate people in. I'm like, there's a back road behind Cold Canyon. If you sneak down this guy's driveway, there's a dirt road. Get on it, blah, blah, blah. And I would so I became the guy everyone was calling. And they're
How
like,
do I get in?
I heard you can get me in. And I was like, I got you, man. I got you. Turn left. Where are you now? Okay, you're going to see at the end of the road, there's a horse corral. Get out of your car, walk around it. I'll pick you up on the other side. I told some of the most elaborate lies of my life to get around. I waved to a cop after he told me I couldn't get in, and I walked around him, like around a house. And then my buddy picked me up, and I waved to the cop because I knew he couldn't leave his station. I went, ah, and drove in. And it was the guys behind the lines.
You can move to Mexico and make a great
I know he's
living
like
as
a
a
mule.
coyote.
You're like a coyote. That's right.
Let me tell you what I
A
learned.
mule.
I
Those
learned
guys do different stuff.
I learned who the alpha males and who the beta males are. There's like guys that you want in your foxhole and guys you don't. There were guys up there that just, one guy, I knock on his door, my buddy Mark. He comes to the door wearing jeans, no shirt, and like combat boots.
He's ready.
And I was like,
war.
he goes, "You sticking around?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You ready to fight?" And I'm like, I was kind of going to observe.
I think I'm in between alpha and beta. I don't,
Yeah, you're
when
like me. An
yeah, when
observer.
someone asks me what you are, I'm like, I don't know. Not a bitch, but I'm
Did
not
you
gonna
find the
take
picture of the
charge.
point?
I didn't find it. I found a list of celebrities who've lost their houses.
I found one picture, but it wasn't.
Here,
No,
let me
what
hear.
did I text you earlier,
Like the
right?
group that you had said.
The
It's
fucking-
one guy.
No, that's not it.
No, it's like an internet
was pretty
fucking,
tight, though.
Like, I was looking up
I'd hang
shit
out with
because I
that
wanted
guy.
to know if the bus was burning down,
Right.
right? And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. I know he's in the middle of
Your
shit.
con-
so it's
your
like,
concern
I'm
is
gonna
the
be
Bingle
like
bus.
bugging Eddie. Eddie, how's you good?
How's the bus?
Right? The fucking, no, like the internet, like the second article is a month ago. Like on Google. Like,
The internet is horrendous.
it's a piece of shit.
in a crisis.
Whose
We need a
fault
new
is it?
fucking internet,
Is it
man.
Google's
None of the
fault?
information's
Whose
right.
fault?
Like I was going to guys' Twitter addresses because a lot of places I couldn't even get scanners on my phone, and scanners won't work deep down in valleys. And you want to know, like, fire's coming up this ridge, fire's coming. They're dropping shit on here. Well, so I'd go to like this guy who would tweet everything that was going on the scanner, kind of like Venice 311.
Yeah.
But this guy goes to bed.
It's just a guy.
The guy, like he said, this is my hobby.
Yeah.
Well, he goes to sleep, and I'm like, dude, what's going on right
Wake
now?
up! I need you. You don't get to sleep during the fire.
So it was like nothing. The celebrities. Here's what I've heard: Gerard Butler.
His house got burned down.
Gerard's burned down,
Oh,
and
I'm
he's
sure
buddies
he's
with Kenny
just-
Kane, who's a friend of ours, and we hung out. Did you hang out with Gerard?
No,
I gotta have
I
Gerard
don't
on the
think
show. He's a
no.
very nice guy. I hung out with him a couple times. Really super nice guy.
Is he British?
I asked him to be on the show, and he said he would do it. He's Scottish.
Scottish. Okay.
Gerard Butler. I've heard Daniel Tosh's house burned down.
So all the people that probably don't give a shit.
No, because
They're staying at the
I'm
Four
gonna go, I'm
Seasons
gonna go
right
with the
now.
celebrities, but that's what people don't understand about Malibu. There's a lot of people that lived there before it became rich. So all they are is real estate rich.
Yeah.
And they're house poor, and they're probably not insured because here's the other thing that people are never going to understand. My builder friend explains. People built their house before building codes,
Oh, right.
And now to rebuild their house the same way, they can't.
Yeah, it's twice
They
as
don't.
much money.
The insurance company will not give them the money to build their house. I was completely underinsured. I looked at my insurance policy. I was like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, oh fuck. If
Yeah.
this burns down, I'm fucked.
Well, they intentionally make it like because it's a zone too, isn't it? Like declared in
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
policy that you live in a risk area.
So my house is insured by the FAIR Plan.
Yeah.
The state of
The
California
government has to bridge it.
forces
Yeah.
an insurance company to insure me.
I'll probably never buy a house in my life
Don't.
because I
It's a
have
bad idea.
$9,000.
well, don't.
Totally.
What do you mean? Don't buy
you
a
can
house?
buy one in Kansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
I'm
a
moving
good
to
idea
Kansas.
before fucking 2008.
Now, not anymore. Well, I'll
I
wait
don't
for the
know.
next 2008.
I have a mixed. It's a mixed idea.
Yeah, I don't know about it.
Because it shit could go sideways again. It's not like they're not out there repackaging the same fucking loans under different
I
names.
just have a fantasy of not paying rent each month, like
Yeah.
paying off
Oh,
the house
yeah.
and
If my
living
mortgage was
for
paid off,
nothing. Yeah,
my
just
life,
doing nothing.
I would surf every day,
Right.
all day long. I would not go on the road ever.
Right? Yeah, you just do nothing
my
all day.
mortgage just paid.
groceries and taxes, man.
Oh my god. So let me tell you about insurance, because
It's a con.
Wait. Before we get to insurance, let me tell you about the thing called Phosgene. Phosgene is a fertilizer. It's a slimy red fertilizer that they drop out of planes.
To put
And
out fires.
Put out fires.
Okay.
And it's fucking crazy as fuck.
Does it smell
And they
bad?
drop it, and I had to go research and find out these planes, DC-10s, come fucking buzzing through the canyon. If you've ever seen Malibu Canyon, it's like something out of Afghanistan. It's where they filmed the MASH shit. And these,
Is that the MASH theme song? I'm too young. I know what it
Really?
is, but I don't.
It's a
I
good
don't know
song.
the theme
Suicide
song.
is Pain.
Come
Yes.
on, man.
It's Jason's-
Alan Alda.
it's Jason's theme song. So the plane buzzes through in the it would sometimes come up high and then dip down and fucking spray its load, and and you just see it put out all this fire, and it draws, like, they kind of make a line so that it won't go past, because apparently if it stays wet for about like 3 to 4 hours, and so they're creating a barrier to like send it back.
Is it a polymer? What the fuck
It's
is it?
I read it's like phosphorus. I'm gonna be wrong. Somebody should correct me. It's like phosphorus. It's got like sodium in it, but it's a fertilizer.
It's magical
after-
cow poop that puts out fires.
It supposedly kills all the fish.
It kills the
Yeah.
fish.
Kills all the fish, but it's not toxic to humans. My friend is outside his house. Just got covered. It hit him. So
Because he wasn't supposed to be there.
my buddy's up at his house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My buddy's up
That's
at his
what
house.
you get.
No, it just came over them so quickly. So he like raced down.
Sometimes you're not ready when it comes.
He's got
He's
a
shirtless in jeans, and he gets
And you got.
a
He's a
load of
badass
manure.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
He's the #1 OCR, obstacle course racer, in the world.
Wow.
He's like Spartan racing.
Is that what he does
Tough
for
Mudders.
money, or is that
Yeah,
just
he makes
for fun?
a living.
He's
Yeah,
a good
that's his
apocalypse
living.
buddy.
Oh,
That's for sure. He's
all-
your apocalypse buddy.
Yeah.
All those
I
guys
met
up
this
there.
guy. He fixed
Hunter
things.
McIntyre. He's always on my he's on the Wadcast all the time. All my friends up there are apocalypse guys. They're all, they were waiting for
That's
this
awesome.
shit. So my one friend calls me on the phone. He's like, "Don't go back there." I'm like, "I'm going back." He's like, "Don't go." I'm like, "I'm going back." He goes, "All right, well, you have been training for this your whole life."
I was almost on the show Naked and Afraid. I was this close. I applied to be on the show. I made a whole fake survival resume. I went to the.
Fake survival.
I did. I embellished. It was all embellished. I said that I went to military school, which I did, but then I said that
Which
they
one?
taught me New Mexico Military
Okay.
Institute in Roswell, and then I said that they taught me how to survive out in the wilderness, which they didn't. Then I said I went to UC Santa Cruz, which I did, but I said I took forest survival training, which I didn't. So I just embellished like all these truths.
That's okay.
They took me in. They took my blood. I signed a contract that says I'm not allowed to leave the country for the next 3 months. I was on call to go.
I left the country.
I'm telling the story of how I'm going to be on Naked and Afraid at the main room of the Comedy Store. Some of the audience is a producer on the show.
Oh.
I opened my big dumb mouth, and I got cut. I'm
Are
not
you
going to be on Naked and
serious?
Afraid. Yeah.
Never talk about
We'll
it.
get you on another show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll get you on.
You-
Jason shoots a show in his room at home called Naked and Afraid.
Perfect. That's my dream show. Yeah, the Bingle show.
naked
This
and
is my
scared.
Naked and Afraid. I'll take off my clothes right here.
I have to talk to you about he skateboarded across America. We're gonna get to it.
Nice.
We're gonna get to it. But
Nice, he
I've
did.
got 2 more things to tell you about this fire, and then I'm gonna shut the fuck up about it. So this Phosgene shit. I Google it. It costs like $2.50 to $3.50 a gallon. So let's go with 3. In a plane, I forget how many thousands of gallons it can hold in one of these DC-9s or DC-10s, but I did the math. It was approximately $65,000 every time they
Holy
And I'm
shit.
watching.
Yeah. No, it's billions of dollars in our firefighting.
Not to mention, to fly the plane was like 100 and some thousand each trip it makes. I think it was $18,000 a trip or something an hour. I forget what it was, but you're looking at like $80,000 a dump or something.
Yeah.
I calculated. Well, so I live in the same neighborhood as a guy named Will Smith.
Heard
and,
of him. He's a black guy, right?
Yeah, and it's not that Will Smith. It's the white. No, this, and I see a fucking tanker driving like a chemical truck tanker in my neighborhood, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
what the fuck is this
Yeah.
tanker doing during a
It's
fire?
the Blackwater Firefighter Brigade coming up the fucking hill.
Foscheck
Yeah.
tanker truck pulls into Will Smith's compound.
He got his own.
His
Oh,
own.
yeah.
Oh, of
No,
course he
like,
does.
own
Jay-Z,
And
fucking-
he's probably
the-
vlogging about it too. He started a vlog.
Kardashians, they had their own contractor firefighters.
So apparently, AIG Insurance and Chubb Insurance have planes. I've heard.
Their own.
My dad works in the insurance business, and he said they do protect their
1%.
homes, but I'm not sure if it's the planes, but I know they have special things. But I have heard that those planes just fucking.
So Will Smith Insurance doesn't just say we'll pay for your house if it gets burned down. They go,
Dude.
well, first we'll stop the fire with phosphate.
I want to see
planes."
what that insurance company does when the zombie apocalypse does happen. Like they deploy troops.
Dude,
They have their
Well,
own
you got to
military.
figure. Hold on.
AIG.
So Will Smith's got a
Yeah.
Smith's got a $40 million house. Okay. What is an $80,000 dump to them of?
nothing.
He probably takes an
That's what he
$80,000
pays
dump.
his cleaner.
But so they were doing it to a lot of the homes. My buddy's out. My buddy's at. Well, he left. He got scared. He went down the hill, and then he ran into Laird Hamilton. And Laird Hamilton's like, "Let's go back up and fight." So they went back. Laird gave him a ride back up the hill.
Bunch of shirtless dudes running around
yeah,
Malibu.
yeah.
Let's go fight.
Yeah, and
This could be a whole 1 hour special on
This is a
Discovery
movie.
Channel.
They
Yeah.
should bring back the.
it was
Nat Geo.
yeah. So Paradise Cove, 15 surfer dudes fought off the whole fire. It came down Ramirez Canyon at them. They fought it off with garden hoses and protected the whole cove by themselves. 15 dudes. Fire company couldn't even get there. Didn't even. I don't know how the fire trucks would have gotten up PCH. I was talking to Brad Garrett. He got stuck on the PCH coming out. So they told everybody to go to Zuma. They're like, go down to Zuma Beach, and you're going to be safe. They didn't. Like, people just started talking. They're like, hey, the firemen are staging down there. Helicopters are landing there. We're going to be on the beach. Fire can't get to the fucking beach. And they said all of a sudden, this like black fucking wave just started coming down the mountain, came over like Malibu high school, and just started like fire was just like flying over them, embers onto cars. Cars were catching on fire, and people just
No
fucking
way.
went for their life. I heard a guy on the radio today say it took him 6 hours. I sent my wife down to the canyon. I was like, go down this way. You're gonna beat most of the traffic. She did, and I took Harlow out of my car and put her in her car. Harlow jumped up, the leash was on her. It hit Lauren in the face. Her contact falls out. She's like, I can't see, and I'm like, fuck. So I go to back my car up to get it out of the way because it was sitting in the middle of the road and fire trucks are coming out. I hit a telephone pole with my truck, smashed the back of my truck. And Lauren's like, you need to calm down. I'm like, you need to calm down. She's like, you just wrecked your fucking
You
truck.
guys are like,
Yeah, oh.
Butterfingers.
Oh, it was so scary in the beginning. And so I just wanted to get her and my kid out of there. And then I was
Yeah.
like, then it'll be time to fucking fight.
Take my shirt off.
Yeah,
and Fight.
yeah,
Get
yeah.
him out of there so you could watch
I kind of
the
wore a
loads
sweater
being
the whole
dumped.
time.
Oh, sweater, like a real frilly one.
This is the one
Looks
I
like-
haven't changed clothes.
And he's just like, he's the first one that went up.
It was fucking scary, awesome. And I could say this, firefighters are the most badass motherfuckers in the world. In the world. We were watching today on this, there's a mountain that I climb sometimes for like a workout, and it takes me like a couple hours to go up. I see this dude, and it's filled with fire. I see this dude through some guy's binoculars, like this, on the mountainside. I'm like, he's fucking alone out there in the middle of it. I think he was calling in strikes, like showing this, like telling them where
Oh, yeah.
the fires had to be hit. And I'm like, that guy just hiked down
all
an
for
hour.
$40,000 a year too. They get paid nothing or whatever it
Fucking
is.
believe.
Yeah.
Oh, the bulldozer guys. Holy fuck. They drive these bulldozers down through these like cliffs to the cliff's edge, turn around and then bulldoze. So they make paths so that the fire, like a fire break. It's firemen are fucking badass motherfuckers. I mean,
Go sideways on them,
Ultimate
like,
pyros.
super angled. They're so heavy.
on the bulldozers.
They're so heavy they just stay and they like are driving down the side. Like
I was
sideways.
talking to the one fireman. He's like, "Oh, that one bulldozer is gonna get stuck," and he's like going down a cliff. I'm like, "What do you do then?" He's like, "Oh, that other one will pull him out."
So are there like fire engineers or something? Like there's got to be somebody like.
There are so many guys there from so many different companies. Like they call it like they go, "Don't worry, we have an urban assault team for your neighborhood if it gets into the neighborhood." But everybody else is out trying to fight. You get all misinformation. You don't know what's happening. Every fireman tells you. I stood with all the firemen and listened to them talk. And at one point I leaned over to this other guy that I don't know, that you just become friends with everybody. And I go, they know as much shit as we know. I thought they were like calling coordinates. You know, like, do you want to hit right here? And they're like, hope he gets that one over there.
They're just jack guys with hoses. They don't know anything. And they only come together during these giant fires. Normally they're all spread out in their little districts
Yeah.
that handle
Yeah.
their own little thing. They're never together
Pretty
like this.
fucking amazing they pull this shit off.
They're on 16-hour
Yeah.
shifts. The guy told me they work for 16 hours. And I saw so like every guy that was up there thanks them, comes up and thanks them. You know, they're like, dude, thank you so much for what you're doing. I go, do you get tired of getting thanked? And he's like, and I said to the one guy, I go, do you get tired of getting so much pussy all the time?
They do.
They get tired of it? I would never get
Next
tired
time you're
of
in a
that.
firehouse, look underneath the pool table. They like
What's
write all
under
the
there?
names of the girls under the
Oh, I
pool
thought you were going to say
table.
there's just like random vaginas
Yeah,
all
no,
over.
just stuck.
There's my friend Simon right here. Hello, Simon.
Hello.
So we,
Better. Healthier.
that's my friend Simon. He's admiring you and your luscious lips, Damien.
Pull it hard and it'll close.
Good work.
Yeah.
Have a beer. Sit down. Chill out.
Are these improv beers or are these your own
These
beers?
are our own.
Oh,
Um,
nice. If
So-
I walked around in the improv after with it, would they say you need to throw that out?
You can't bring it.
I
in
wouldn't.
There.
Have a
You
seat
wouldn't
there,
bring it in
Simon.
there.
Yeah.
So we just discussed the entire fire. I'm over the fire now. Ari here is our guest this evening. Ari is
Excited
my
to be
guest.
here.
He's a very funny comedian who
Thank
does
you.
something very weird. He has a show, a very funny comedy show, in his apartment.
Ari's apartment show. And now, I mean, I don't think I was the first one, but I know firsthand I've inspired 5 other apartment shows.
I had an apartment
Just from
show
mine.
once.
There you go.
When?
The Hour of Power, the AOP with Steve Gargano.
You didn't have a comedy show. No one did. They do stand up.
Oh, you do comedy.
clear out all my
stand-up, not a
He
furniture.
podcast.
sells. Everyone does a podcast out of their apartment. He sells tickets.
I missed the whole.
I
And-
sell tickets. I clear out all my furniture. I put rows of chairs. I built a stage, spotlights, curtains.
And people come to
Real
his place,
deal.
and it's sold out. And here's the best part of it: he puts it. I've heard you put it on Airbnb as an experience.
Yeah, it's an Airbnb experience.
People
so that means
pay to do this.
if you're a tourist and you're coming here from Australia and you're booking a place in West Hollywood, it goes, hey, for $15 more, you can go to this guy's apartment and watch stand-up comedy.
And I did it out of
That's great.
no offense, but when he asked me to do it, I was like, this is so beneath me. And then I was like, but I like good experiences, so I'm like, I'll do it because it's going to be weird.
I think I've made you do a lot of things that are beneath you.
And I show up and I go, this is no way this can work. And I walk up and I was like, oh, this is the best show I've done in like a month. It was incredible.
Well, and
How
the
many
other,
seats? Do you
I
wanna
could
say that?
cram. Okay, 20 people in there. It's full and good, and then over 30, it's a fire hazard, which I like. I like creating a uncomfortable fire hazard in there. But that's the beauty of it. You could have 13 people in there, and it's a good show because it's just my living room. If you have 13 people at the Improv Lab, you're like, damn it, this show's gonna suck. But in there, 13 people,
It's
you're like,
great.
all right, this is good.
I walked in, I'm like, oh my God, this is
It's
packed.
like a
and-
beatnik revolution
but
happening.
I also saw like people in the comedy industry that I know, like sitting in the crowd. I'm like, this is everyone's here, and the comics are all outside on his front walk. He's got neighbors walking around. He's in an apartment building.
Luckily, my next door neighbor is my younger brother. The dude who lives above me is a comedian, so I have that all worked out. But the part where it gets
Do
weird
you sell
is
drinks?
no, I give out free drink. I lose money on the show, even
Okay.
though I sell tickets on Airbnb because I just want, for me it's just a fun little party. But I end up buying $100 worth of beer.
How bad do they
all
trash
this
your
stuff.
house?
Not too bad. I've never had any incidents where I'm
Anybody
like,
take a
I don't know
dump?
if I should do this.
Anybody take a
Prob-
bad dump?
Bad
Probably
dump?
some dumps here and there.
Underside of the
No,
seat.
here's the worst. Here's the crazy part. So before Airbnb experiences, I would get all the audience from Craigslist, free stuff, meetup.com. I just have a lot of strangers. My apartment is kind of scary.
Has anyone like been like, when it's over, when's the swingers party?
I haven't had that, but I've had homeless people who came for
Oh,
the
yeah.
free snacks and beer. And they straight up came there. The show started. They load up on beer and snacks, and then they bounced after like the second comedian because they were
Good
not
guess,
there for comedy.
actually.
They were like,
Grateful.
we're full.
Yeah. They came there. They loaded up on beer and snacks, and they bounced. But you know, at
This
least they
could
didn't
be a
steal anything.
501c3, bro. We could actually do some good.
It's so
Yeah.
careful that it doesn't spray everywhere like the others. So I right away I like Ari for that. Like that's pretty much what I know. And I'm
It's
like,
too bad I didn't meet him when like I had that place on the beach.
Then
When-
I find
when
out
first
he-
met you.
yeah,
You lived
you,
on the beach.
Oh my
Ooh,
god,
really
dude! I
cool,
had
huh?
I had
two
the
would've hit it
best
off.
like for what you were doing right now.
It would've been
I
sick.
had on the where Wavecrest hits Oceanfront Walk right by the Breakwater Pier in Venice.
Oh yeah.
Right there, dude. Like patio. You would have had
Damn,
your
why'd you ever give that up?
Divorce. You would have had your comedian. Your comedian would have been on the fucking porch
Yeah.
playing the boardwalk
That
and the
would've
inside of
been
the place.
Sick.
Oh, dude.
he was the king of Venice
Your-
till the
and your
divorce.
ex-wife has that place, or it's
no,
gone
no,
completely.
we both kind of.
Damn.
Looking back, it was stupid because it was
Yeah,
rent
because
control.
and that's how you get girls too.
It was like
after the
It
divorce.
was a $1,500 a month.
That place.
fucking-
He was getting girls while his wife was there too.
Oh,
right,
that's
Okay, yeah.
clap for edit.
Okay, so more than that. So then Ari, I find I like him because of not only that, somehow, I don't know, I think it was my manager said to me, she goes, "Oh, you're doing Ari's show." And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "He's crazy. Do you know that he rode a longboard skateboard across the United States?"
Oh, glad you came back to that.
Yeah.
Across the United
No,
States.
it's awesome. He's like he
Which-
Forrest Gumped that skateboard.
Let him talk about it. Just ask questions.
I mean,
'cause
you're
I've
the,
already
you're the first
interviewed him.
person. It's funny. You're the first. When I first moved to LA, it was right after I did that trip. So that was kind of like, as a new comedian, that was like not my
Your shtick?
I didn't talk about it on stage, but it was, oh, that's a skateboard,
Your
dude.
hook.
You know, that was my whatever.
Hook.
I didn't mean hook.
Hook.
But I didn't
Your
give
hook.
myself that hook. It was just on my Facebook. People talk. You know how it is. We're talking about it now.
Dude, you make
That
hay
was
when
your
the sun
that was your
shines.
biggest credit.
That was my That was my
My
credit.
biggest credit right now is that
Yeah.
I lived close to the fire.
that was my credit. But then 7 years in, it got buried on the social media. Now people know me as just a comedian.
that has
but
a show in his apartment.
now my credit is I do a show in my living room. But yeah, so you're the first person to bring that up
Go
in
ahead.
a while.
I've asked
so
him
it's
every
interesting.
question. It's amazing.
No, I mean,
So I did in 2010. I skateboarded from Oregon, New York. We had a Suburban following us that had Skate Across USA on the side. I dropped out of college for a semester, worked to pay for me and 5 friends. Well, I'm like going through it really fast, but actually the real story
Slow
was
down. It's pretty
the-
intriguing.
The real story is I planned this trip to skateboard across America, and I have, as you heard earlier from my Naked and Afraid incident, I have a big mouth. So I have this idea, and I'm telling everyone, this summer, I'm skateboarding from Oregon to New York City. I'm doing it. And everyone's like, okay, Ari, I'm sure you are. Yeah, bullshit, you fucking loser. And then, of course, the people who I plan to do it with, off of a longboarding message board on the internet. I don't
Oh
know
my
any of them.
God.
So I'm meeting other weird strangers that are like, I'll do that. And then one by one, up to the trip, they start canceling out. Oh, my dad won't let me go. I can't do it, whatever.
I'm 12.
I know. Like, who's on this?
It's just whatever excuse you could think of.
I
One
just
by
hit
one, it was.
puberty.
I decided it's too hard for me. I'm not going to be able to do it. I got a job that I can't pass up. I have to get ready for college. Whatever.
I don't have legs.
So of course,
I'm a double
Who's
amputee.
the guy that did that?
so of
No
course,
legs?
year one.
Terry Fox.
Terry Fox. Yeah, I don't know him, but I'll bring him on the next
Canadian.
trip.
Terry Fox ran across Canada with one leg. Okay, he hopped.
Damn. So I don't do the trip, and I tell everyone that I'm doing this trip, and the trip doesn't happen. So I feel like an idiot. So then the next summer comes around. This is year 2. I'm like, I'm gonna do it this summer. This time, I'm not meeting people on the internet. I'm gonna find people in real life, right? So I find 4 people,
So you
of
go
my
to
friends who skateboard.
You go to a longboard skateboarding club.
So I join a real life longboarding
Slash
club. No.
Dungeons and Dragons.
So-
or
It's just my friends from high school who I skated with. I'm like, who wants to do it? And I got 4 guys to do it. And then one by one,
Wait a minute. I can't get my friends to go to the movies with me. How did you get 4 friends
no,
to
no,
ride a
no. This is where it's
longboard?
going again. So this is second year in a row. Again, up to the trip, they can't start canceling out one by one. I can't do that. Oh, I thought.
You need more alpha males,
my
man. I'm
dad
finding
won't
all
let me-
about
yeah,
Foxhole.
these are all these
That's why
betas.
Simon's here. All my friends are like, can I help? Can I give you? This fucker right here is going, I need to come up there. I need to come up and help you. And I'm like, no,
He's a nice
Simon,
guy.
you're not coming up here. He's like, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Where are you from? Where's that accent from? England. That's why.
I don't know if you know.
English people are better.
I don't know
than
if you
us.
know our neighborhood friend Radu. Radu's got children. Blah blah blah. He was He was inside the evacuation zone, but far, far outside of it. And he said we could borrow his car if we walked in this one night. They wouldn't let us in, but we walked
And he
in.
didn't think you would, and then you showed up.
No, he goes, yeah, you can have my truck. He's like, I'll come get you guys. Take my truck. Go do what you need to do. He shows up. He's like, I'm 7 beers deep. I've been watching soccer all day.
You have to drive.
And I'm like, dude, there's a fire going on. He's like, it's fucking crazy. And he's like, I'd come with you guys, but I've been partying all day.
By himself.
I probably should bleep that name. Remember that, Damien.
So
Because if it was like my friend
Time
Bill,
code,
but I
bruh.
just said
His
a
full name.
very uncommon name.
So the second year in a row, I look like an idiot because I'm telling everyone that I'm going to skateboard across the country, and everyone bails. And I don't want to do it by myself because I'm not that badass. I'm like crazy enough to do it, but not by myself. So third year comes around.
Oh, wow, this is a
Still,
long
this is
project.
yeah. Second year, 2 years in a row, it doesn't happen, and I look like a doofus. The second year I planned on doing it, I even went on the news to promote it. I went on the news that I'm gonna skateboard across the country, and then I don't skateboard across the country.
Oh,
so I look
God.
like a real idiot.
Yeah.
So the third year, I'm like, I have to do it.
Even when you did skateboard across America, you look like a real idiot.
yes, but at least I was an idiot who committed. So the third year, I say, okay, I have to make this happen. I went on the news. I've told too many people, but everyone's bailing. So this year, I said to people, hey, I need people to do this. You have to commit 100%. No bailing. I will never talk to you again if you bail, and I'll pay for it. I will pay for your trip across the country. I'll pay for your food. I'll pay for the gas. I will pay for everything.
I did that same thing with a thing called the Bingle All the Way tour. It didn't work out well.
This didn't work out well either, but it worked. We did it. So I dropped out of college for a semester. I lived with my
Your
parents.
parents were probably so proud.
They're about as proud as I am for being on this podcast.
Touche. Where were you going to college?
I was at the time I was going to Marymount College.
LMU?
No, Marymount Palos Verdes. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
a sister school to LMU. It's for rich kids who couldn't get into a good school.
Oh, so your parents didn't care. They were like, we're just off for a semester.
I guess.
Yeah.
So I'm out of school. I'm working at a marijuana dispensary. They were also really proud of that. Saved
All
up.
labor's righteous, man.
Saved up 10 grand. Or was it 6? I can't remember. I saved up money.
I was working at a dispensary.
Yeah, it was a long time
It's
ago.
like I got 6 grand and 2 pounds.
I feel like it was 10 now, but then at the same time, I couldn't have made 10 grand. I'm getting minimum. It must have been less than 10 grand. But I saved up money. I paid for me and my friends to go.
How many friends?
Me and 4 other people.
I'm amazed that you took 4 people across
Band of
the
the hand,
country with $6. I took these idiots around in this bus, and I'm still 90 grand.
I convinced my parents to let me use their Suburban, so that was free, but I had to pay for the gas.
Okay.
And then we called every day, every pizza place in the city we were going to, and said, "Hey, we're skateboarding across the country for at-risk youth. Do you guys want to donate a pizza?" We were basically like literally homeless people
At-risk youth.
begging. We were raising money for at-risk youth,
Okay.
but I've never done this before that or since. But I was literally begging places for food, and it was.
I
Well-
love that you're doing such an athletic endeavor of skateboarding across the country, and your diet consists of pizza.
Oh, we
only.
ate like shit the whole time. I mean, I was 20 years old, so it was fine. But we ate so much pizza, and then of course we finished the trip in New York City, and
what'd you do
I
to
wanted to
celebrate?
try
You
New
ate
York pizza.
pizza.
So yeah, it was so much pizza. But no, we finished in New York City with this company called Bustin' Boards, who was one of our sponsors, and they were there at the finish line, and then we skateboarded.
Were they the only
with
ones
them.
at the finish line?
Pretty much. No, they were super dope. They had
How
this
many
little
people
party.
were at the finish line?
It was like a skate shop full of people.
Oh,
Do you know
that's
what's
good.
fucking
Yeah.
crazy? Is like I want to talk to you because I'm starting a flip flop 5K, and I'm fucking dead serious.
All right, what's the money going to?
Well,
Are these rainbows any flip flops?
Chances of this ever
we can talk
happening.
about this.
It's gonna be a
afterward, where
9-year
the money's
project,
actually
but-
gonna go, but no, like no, but seriously, like
He's already gone on the news.
I've already gone on the news.
People are gonna run 5K. in
No, they're gonna
flip-flops.
walk a flip flop 5K. You walk it.
Why not run it?
I guess if you want to run in flip flops, that's on
It's
you.
so hard to do.
But it's a casual fundraising walk. It's about
It sounds pretty casual.
yeah, like you flip flop.
What's it about?
Flip,
To benefit toe fungus?
Well, the initial plan actually had where you get people to go out and they bring their charity to the table. So like say you wanted to raise money for
Oh,
that
so it's
charity
like the
or
New
that-
York City Marathon where
Yeah,
everybody brings their
Yeah,
own.
you bring your own
Okay.
charity like or you like but yeah, but the flip flop 5K.
I love how these.
sounds
yeah,
great.
My,
Very
my
literationally,
favorite
right?
thing about all these things, because I do it all the time,
Yeah.
is you just try to do an asinine event, and then your way of justifying is it like, but we're doing it for charity.
Yeah.
You know,
I just want to do it,
yeah,
man.
you really want to do it, and the way you do it without everybody going, "You're a total fucking idiot."
Oh,
is you
people
go,
still said that.
Oh,
Yeah.
but we're
Do
doing
you want to
it-
know what my real goal is in this whole scenario?
With the
flip flop 5K, which I
yeah.
would totally raise money for
Is to get a new pair of
homeless people.
flip-flops.
Free flip flops.
Yeah, I mean, you get
free
that.
flip flops for life.
Sponsors, right?
Dude, at
Yeah.
the time, we got free longboards,
Yeah.
which now, as a 29-year-old man, it's like a $200 board. Cool. But
Yeah.
at the time, $200 board, I was so
Oh, yeah.
stoked. I was like, holy shit, this is my favorite longboard. I got it
Imagine
for free.
$200 flip flops.
Okay, there's.
No, I don't know. I was just falling into it. But what I wanted to do was
Chime in.
after I had my child, I really got
Yep.
into this this white
Yep.
noise.
I need to tell Simon that has a child.
Yeah, got
Yep.
a second one coming. I got a little boy, yeah, 2 years old. No, I didn't. I mean, I'm not Zeus,
And you raise it.
but
You
no,
spend
my,
time
my
with
wife
it.
and I are raising it together.
Oh, you have a new wife.
Him
Okay, good,
together.
good.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You said it, and I responded with it. But no, the whole goal is like when you have a kid, you try to figure out how to make the thing sleep without breaking the law, right? Right?
That's the whole goal?
Yeah, sure. Like
Okay.
in the beginning, right?
I'm gonna let you run
Is that
with
your
this.
goal?
I mean, you gotta think. Okay, the Nest is on. No, but like,
You have a Nest thermostat?
well, just the cameras.
That's nice. Oh,
I,
wow.
I,
This
I
guy's
turned
got
down
money.
a lot of Nest thermostats this
Yeah.
week.
I want to
to
get a Nest thermostat.
They're pretty amazing.
Those are nice. My house is too old. The wiring won't even support it.
Yeah, we're not going to do it in that place until we move. But anyways, I really wanted, like you listen to waves crashing through your Apple TV or whatever to try to get the bait. And I got into this whole like figuring out what white noise application works to put it. And then
With
I
your
got into my
baby.
own, I've got Thunderstorm that I like mixed with waves, and I was thinking, what would it be like if you had just like no other noise, just ambient flip-flops, like just like a fluttering. Like, flip, flip, flip,
Your
flip, flip.
goal is to become a white noise DJ. That's your dream.
I love that you're having a race so you can record.
There'd be a quiet zone where you can't talk and it's recording flip flops. So
You
have
can,
like
hear,
a,
you can hear sweaty feet hitting rubber. That is what calms
Hey,
me
But
down.
imagine,
hey, you know
like-
what? I support you, man. Make this white
But imagine what
noise
that would sound like.
flip flop DJ track.
It's indiscernible, like when it's like thousands of flip flops working together to create.
I've never heard
sound.
anything like it. And I don't
You
think
haven't,
anyone else
right?
has.
Exactly. That's
Dude, you
why I
could-
want to do the flip flop
Dude,
5K.
this is you're onto something here.
Dude,
Yeah.
what if this noise heals the world?
Yeah, there's a
What if
It'll
this
put
is
babies to sleep all over the world. You're gonna be a hero amongst every parent
They're
because
playing
this
it
is
every
the noise.
What if
hotel in
the-
Dubai.
What if this
Do you play
noise,
white noise for your
What
kids?
if this noise
Never heard of
causes
that.
people to have epileptic fits?
Ketogenic
It does
diet.
the opposite. You created a weapon.
Jason's got a new weapon.
If that created epileptic fits,
Did
that'd
you
be
hear
nuts.
about what was the thing that they were talking about that was it the sound or whatever that they found is they've weaponized?
Oh, years ago they weaponized sound.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, they
about
hit your
this.
CNS and makes you fucking shit your
You mean like it
pants.
was loud enough? They just
You
play it so
basically
loud
Flight. It puts you into
that
flight.
it makes you deaf.
Into like fight or flight?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. There's like,
Oh, it's
yeah.
brutal.
They got water vapor weapons that like, the water vapor will float through your shirt at like 1,100 feet per second.
Little disclaimer: none of this is factual. Go on.
Oh, it is. It's a non-lethal, but like it'll knock you on your ass. It's just like a
But it doesn't
vapor
kill you?
cloud. It doesn't kill you. Like I watched this whole thing on non-lethal weapons for gun alternatives to like instead of we don't need guns.
Very California of
like
you.
it's not even like that. It's more like very fucking forward science fictionally thinking of me. Like guns are actually archaic. Like there's way better fucking weapons out there than guns.
Well, they're saying the next wars are all cyber. And today, this week watching the fires, I was thinking, and I've always thought this. I was like, if you're a terrorist, and if you're out there listening behind the bus, and if you are a terrorist, please don't listen to me right now. But I watched this go on, and how many billions of dollars worth of damage, and life is lost, and property is lost. It's hard. We have so many ways to combat terrorism in the simplest, myopic thinking where you're like, oh, don't let them on a plane, set up TSA and have all these retards running security. When all a terrorist has to do is during a Santa Ana wind, flick a match into a dry field.
yeah.
And you've now done more damage. Like ISIS could lay claim to this and go, oh, it wasn't the power grid. It wasn't the electric company. It was us.
Yeah.
We did it. And then it's terrifying because
Yeah.
anytime there's a Santa Ana wind, all it takes is a terrorist to go flick a match.
And they don't have to kill themselves. They could run away.
Right.
could
They
flip the
go
match and
away,
get away with
which
it.
is even like scarier. So they're not martyrs. So that's why I don't believe they really want to kill us at the level the government tells us they do.
Yeah.
But I think they just use
No,
the
like,
fear.
Total agreement. There's a whole thing about like soft targets and attacks and power grids and this and that they don't go after, which are really easy to go after. They
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
after- yeah.
When 9/11 happened, a buddy of mine was a Las Vegas policeman, and I said, "Where are you right now?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm working the dam." He goes, the dam's a threat." And I said, "Oh, what do they have you doing?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, and I don't know if you've ever been to Hoover Dam. It's like a giant lake with this dam. He goes, "Yeah, it's me and one other dude." And there's like, like hundreds of miles around it. He goes, "They're worried that someone could pollute the water. That's where we get our water, I believe." And he's like, "So they have us
It's
protected."
just two people
He's like,
monitoring.
"It's just me and Frank, and we're just we're the line between you and poison, poison water."
I had a horrible experience at Hoover Dam.
What happened?
What?
We were waiting in line to take the elevator down, do that tour thing
Mhm.
whatever, with I was a kid, and I shit my pants. And my mom.
Isn't that pretty common when you're a kid? That couldn't have been that
Yeah.
That's pretty common when you're Jason.
bad.
And I was horrified about it, and it was like it was one of the like down the thigh, like too, like a little like. You could feel
All
it,
right,
like,
all right,
yeah.
all right. There's no reason to
And
get
my
into
my
it.
my grandpa was there, like it was the whole family, and all of a sudden my grandpa goes, "Hey, you smell that? Holy shit! What is that?" And he just starts drawing all this attention to me.
And so it was the trauma of
Yeah,
people
so
knowing.
Hoover-
How old were you?
12?
30.
No, yeah. 30.
So your dam
I wish
didn't
my grandpa
hold.
was Still alive. What?
So your dam didn't hold.
My dam didn't hold. When you hold your poo, it makes you go poo.
Jason,
Don't hold your poo.
I don't know why you just told that story when that could have been in Jason's horrible life.
Was that your
And I'm
podcast?
sure
It's
you-
What's Jason's
1986.
horrible
You
life?
didn't write one, did you?
I gave you the flip flop 5K, motherfucker.
That's it.
Was it a good
What's
laugh?
Jason's Horrible Life? A segment?
There's a segment on the show called Jason's Horrible Life where he gives you a choose your own adventure, and he gives you examples of his own life of things that he's done.
I shit my pants at Hoover Dam.
Wait, but
You could have lived that.
Did
he's
they
not-
put the poo in the trash
He's not
can or in
doing
the
it
dam?
justice. It's unbelievable of the scenarios he puts you in, and you get to choose which way you go, and then he tells you if you're wrong or right, if you made the good decision, and they're all things that have happened to him. And everybody that listens to the show, it's the only reason they listen. And for the past so many weeks,
They're
he
just
hasn't-
listening to this right now to get to Jason's Horrible Life.
and he's not even doing it.
I'd want to hear about
It takes
your
15
divorce.
minutes to do one, and he doesn't do it.
You have one
know,
every week?
Every Tuesday, we're coming here, and you can't do
I
it.
didn't know we were coming here this Tuesday.
Did.
You did.
No, I didn't.
We told you last week we were being.
Yeah, but then the fire happened. And that changed everything. And I went and did other things because I figured Eddie was going to lose everything.
Now, clearly you
and I knew he was
have...
going to be living with me on my couch.
So part of me was like, I'm leaving the bus to die, and then the show will be over. And part of me was like, I need to get the bus out of here because we can never recreate the bus. And then my fire buddy that you were making fun of came down. He's the guy who wears pants and no shirt and
Okay.
combat
Here's
boots.
the fire buddy.
He goes, he's telling me what's wrong and right with my house. I go, should I move the bus? He goes, no, that's a great line of defense. I go, why? He goes, it's aluminum. He goes, it's not going to burn. He goes, it's not going to burn. And then I go, but it's it's a big fucking bomb. And he goes, it's diesel. Diesel doesn't
That's
light.
true, yeah.
He goes, you're fine. And then
It has to be vaporized.
and
and
Jimmy's
warmed up and
looking at the
shit.
back. You know, Jimmy goes, you got a little bomb on the back there that the
Batteries,
generator.
Yeah, all the Jenny.
He goes, that generator will be a little bit of a bomb, but yeah, you'll be okay. So it was. So I left the bus,
Because it was protecting the house.
protecting the house. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm glad you and your family is safe.
You can raise money for the rich people that lost their houses.
Listen, again, there are a lot of very wealthy people that lost houses. That
If you're
Shop
not
and
rich
AIG.
and you lived in Malibu,
there's a lot of people.
take
that,
a refi out on the piece of land that's just sitting up there because you could probably build a house on what that shit's worth now.
probably.
Yeah.
If you're just real estate rich in Malibu, why wouldn't you sell it, move to
Yeah.
Phoenix,
Fuck
and live like
yeah.
a
What
king?
if all your friends live there and your
Move to
family and
frickin'
everyone you
Sure.
know?
Inglewood.
But also, people need to remember, on the other side of the hill is not Malibu. Like
Right,
there's a lot
the
of people, like
valley.
my buddy who lost his house is in like Liberty Canyon, and he's a lifeguard.
Yeah.
His house burned down. He's a lifeguard to the ground. Dave, I love you, and I know he listens to the show, so I don't want to pour salt in his wounds.
Yeah, that's
but
sad.
he was texting me all week, showing me pictures of him in Cabo surfing, showing me how fun it was. And he's like, "Dude, having the best time." And then
Dude.
he's like, "What the fuck? I just got this picture. My house burned to the ground."
It's always like that. I went to Mexico for the most beautiful weekend vacation. I came back and my apartment got robbed. It's like
Glad
it's
you weren't
always
there,
when you're
right?
doing so good.
Yeah, you don't want to be there.
You could have
when
been
get robbed.
popped in the head, dude. You could
I
have
guess
been
that's true.
86th.
That's true. But
Vacation is when I want shit to happen in my house.
Yeah.
When
yeah,
I'm not there.
in the end, it worked. I got insurance money. It worked out.
How many pairs of shoes did you go through going across America?
I can't remember, but 2 or 3. I found basically. First we had the shoe sponsor called Vision. They're like an old. I don't know if
Oh,
you've heard.
yeah.
Have you heard of Vision?
Yeah.
They were popular, I think, in like the
Yeah,
90s.
yeah, yeah.
80s, 90s. And so they
They had
sent
a
us
skateboard.
boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a
skateboard.
vision.
I had a
So they
Vision
also
before.
had
Mark.
shoes.
Oh wait, Mark Gator Regalski or whatever. I had his board. It was a vision board. Yeah. Wasn't
Yeah,
like
they
Vision
have some
board, like I
vintage.
didn't make
Yeah,
a wish.
yeah, you can still find them at like garage sales and
Yeah.
stuff. They were all kind. I think they. I could be wrong because I was too young, but I think they were kind of at least when I was a kid, they were a budget brand. They
Okay.
weren't like the high end. So
You're like, you get some Pumas, a vision board.
they
some
sent
husky
us.
pants.
We just cold emailed every company we could find asking for sponsors, and they were just on that email list. We probably had grammar mistakes. It was probably the most unprofessional way to ask for sponsors. I don't know. I didn't know how to do it, so I just sent
I
emails
don't.
out.
Still.
Yeah, I still don't know how to do it.
Me neither.
So they were the one that said, "Hey, yeah, we'll sponsor you." So they're like, "What shoe sizes are you?"
Rachel knows
sent
how
us-
to do it, but she doesn't do it. She's busy scanning through her dick pics.
She can
right
get us
now.
all watches.
You're getting him a watch.
That's sweet. And then, so then they sent us boxes of shoes, and I feel bad saying this because they were the only company that endorsed Skate Across USA. We gave us shoes. Those shoes were garbage. Like the soles would wear off after a day. They just fall apart literally after. The Rockies, we walked up and down it. We might have
So they'd
avoided
walk
them.
up a lot of big hills.
Yeah, if it was too steep up, we'd walk, and if it was too steep down, or we could. No, we didn't skate up. If
Big
it
hills,
was
they didn't
if it was
skate
a
up, they'd
big hill,
walk.
we would walk up the hill. I guess not. We cheated. We walked. We walked and cheated.
Very matter of fact.
We walked a lot of it. We walked a lot of hills. We walked.
How much
And
did
then-
you
How
walk?
the fuck did you get over
Any
the
big hill.
rocks? They're big.
And by the way, you say the
They're
Rockies,
really,
but there's
really
hills all even in like the flattest states like Nebraska.
Like him
There's still
with his
big hills
flip-flops
on parts of
getting
it.
over the Rocky. I can understand that. You skateboard up. No,
Yeah, if it was too
no,
big,
forget
I
it.
hoofed it. And vice versa, going down, which is a longboarder's dream, but not if you don't know where it's going. Like there could be a 90-degree turn or who knows.
When you came
So we'd
over
have
the
to
Rockies,
walk
Was there
down.
a break on the other side so you could slow down a bit, or what?
Was there a break?
Did you
You
ever?
know those hills for the trucks.
Oh,
You get
like
up the top and you come all the way down. You
Oh,
go
a break on the
fast
board.
On the way down.
no, that's what I'm saying. We had no breaks.
So
on the
when you
boards.
hit the Pacific, what happened?
So if it was too steep of a hill going down, we would also walk down.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a
What
minute.
percentage of this skate across America did you skate?
And then also there was one. There was
Sponsors need. They're going to ask a couple.
there was
of questions,
also a
aren't they?
stretch of land where every day we got.
Plains or the Midwest. It's the flat bit. and the
Yeah.
big bit,
Whoa.
right?
I was gonna say Nebraska, which also has hills. There was the whole state of Nebraska, which was supposed to be the flattest state. We had winds. Literally, if we got on our board, we would push backwards. We had skate against wind the whole time. It was horrible. It was worse than going uphill. No, we did not.
You
we
did
did not.
You did
do
a Back
that.
to the Future.
That
We
would
did
be
not hold on
technically
cars.
skating, though.
It would technically be skating. We did not do any of that, mostly because I'm a pussy, but also I didn't want to cheat. But there was also
Wait, did you ever do the like what I sometimes like when I was a kid? If a hill was too big, we sat down on it. You know, you
no, like some of these hills were so steep, and again, you can't
no
see the
hills too
bottom.
steep for sitting down
It was
and dragging your feet.
Oh yeah, if you drag your feet, but then it's like
That's not
then-
skating.
well,
Then
with
you're
those
fucking-
with
That's-
those Vision
That's
skateboard
more
shoes.
skating. That's more skating than walking.
Yeah. I
No,
know.
but with again, we just
15 minutes on a vision shoe.
So
What?
apparently Ari
Yeah,
walked
where-
across America.
Crosstalk time. Crosstalk.
But then-
Do you want to do crosstalk?
Hey Eddie, how
All right,
you know
cross,
this week
just
I was
talk.
watching
Have any
on the
conversation
news,
you want.
and I
'Cause Kagan's
couldn't
over there, and I'll talk to him. You
anything
got to
Oh,
talk.
just
All right,
five
it's called
people.
crosstalk.
Fucking
We all
blows.
talk
Okay,
until
yeah,
we're
yeah.
done.
blows.
Simon, how you been? I'm glad
think
you're
it
here
looks
today.
like
You can
same
say
This is a
anything you want.
segment. This
It's a segment.
crosstalk
It's
is
called
a segment.
crosstalk.
So
Okay,
Everybody
great.
talks at the
Flip-flop
same
5K,
time.
we
Yeah.
gotta
We talk
do
about
that.
everything.
think you
There was a
should.
policeman
Because-
today that
because
pulled me
if you
over
go-
in the
There's
big
no
box,
way
and I
anyone
showed him
wants
that
to listen
sign
to
to let
this,
him
even
know.
as a
You go from
Yeah,
segment.
they
Fox
do,
to
because then you
Sony,
get into really
that's
crazy
5K.
shit where you
There's
talk
no-
about
We do it. We
the
have
time
it,
you
Motor
raped
Avenue,
a
all the
pig.
way straight
Yeah,
down.
you
Well,
actually
yeah,
had sex
I
with
mean,
a
I
pig.
can't
I
even
own the
talk about
domain
that
and
in craft
everything.
And when it
talk.
was
It's all
over, you
set.
cut it up
Let's
and
do
turned
it.
it into bacon.
We raise
I love
money
bacon.
for
Yeah,
you
you
know,
I'm
eat the
Jewish,
bacon
but I still
afterwards.
love bacon.
You eat bacon as a
Shirtless.
Jew?
Yeah,
That's
and
fucking crazy.
Firefighters.
two
But I can't
un-Jewish
believe
things.
All right.
Back to the flip-flops, really.
Okay.
Come on, because that was genius.
That
Fucking
was
genius.
that was crosstalk. Crosstalk's fun.
All right.
I cannot imagine anyone likes
I own the
crosstalk.
domain too, man. We're ready to go. We're gonna do this.
He owns the domain.
Yep, flip flop.
Oh,
Yeah.
so what I was gonna
Hold on.
say is Nike.
Yeah.
I found out makes the most durable skateboard shoe.
Yeah,
That-
I knew that. I wear the.
Who makes the most durable flip flop?
Probably Rainbow, but I don't know. Rainbows are pretty good.
Havaianas? That's
What's
giving me
Havaiana?
PTSD right now.
Oh, but there was one stretch.
Fire across the road.
There was one stretch. Every day we would get pulled over by the police, but there was one day where the cops pulled us over, and they said,
Simon.
that looks awesome. And the cops said, you're
You're
not
really
allowed to
into this.
skateboard.
No, I'm really gonna do a flip flop 5K. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But I was saying,
Listen.
back to my
Listen, you're gonna do it, and you talk about a lot. He did it.
Oh, hey, I did do Twitter across America.
What's that even mean?
I tweeted across America.
Like you were in a car driving across America
no, we
while tweeting?
tweeted, pick up this dude, and
I
someone would
sent.
show
I
up.
sent him across
Oh,
America.
you hitchhiked through Twitter.
Listen, no,
Let's
no,
tell
no.
it correctly without Eddie being the superstar of the story.
Okay.
Todd Glass came on talking shit, dared me to do. My mom had stage 4 colon cancer. Right?
sorry to hear that.
So we're like, oh, she's good. She beat it.
Okay, I'm glad.
And he's like, you should go see your mom. He goes, you should Twitter. You should have your fans take you to your mom's house. Eddie and I looked at each other like, holy fucking shit. And he's like, Eddie goes, you have to do this.
Where's your mom?
So
live?
I organized the entire
So he
fucking
organized
thing.
it, and then everybody else, we did it.
They picked him up at my house.
You're a go-getter.
And one fan would drive him from my house to. So they were gonna. There were stages. We mapped the whole thing where they were gonna take him to Johnson City, Tennessee, and
Mountain Dew and CNC Music
fan to
Factory.
fan to fan, picking him up, driving him,
Wow.
sheltering him,
Yeah.
feeding him.
Wow.
I gave him
It
$20.
took weeks to
You
get
gave him
across.
$20.
I gave him $20.
$20.
That's what you get from Daddy.
He came back with
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think came back with more. I broke
Yeah, was anyone like,
a
"Here's
laser
money"?
on the way.
So the very first driver picks him up. He gets in a fight with him at our house.
Staged.
Then he gets in the car, goes to Vegas, calls me. This is fucking bullshit. I got nowhere to stay. No one's helping me. I don't know what to do. I'm coming back. You're a fucking asshole. This is a bad idea. I go right on Facebook. I go, Jason's stuck in Vegas. Can any fan take care of him? I get a message 2 seconds later. Hey,
I
my
gotta.
name's...
Active shooter.
No. The other guy.
Active shooter. Oh no, that's right. It was the four comedians that took me out of Vegas.
No, before that. The manager...
Luciano.
No, the manager of the Hustler Club.
Kelly Jones.
Ooh.
Kelly Jones writes me back. He said, my son's a big fan of your show. He told me to get a hold of you. He said, where's Jason? I will take care of him. I manage the Hustler Club. Wherever he is, I'll send a limo to pick him up.
And were you still married at this time?
He actually picked me up in like a RAV4.
Hey, that's a good, reliable, nice. That's a nice compact SUV.
So they pick him up. They take him to the Hustler Club. They gave him a hotel for how many nights?
4 nights.
For 4 nights, they put him up in a hotel.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
He lived from like noon till like 4 in the morning at the Hustler
Yeah,
Club.
they bring
You
meals
got
in.
a free vacation across the country. That's incredible.
I gained like 25, 30 pounds.
You
on
know
this
what? I
trip.
think I have a relative
His
I
mom
need to go
was dying of
visit.
cancer. He was supposed to get there in 4 days. He did it over 3 months. He'd text me and be like,
It's a long
"Look," he'd
and
be like,
winding
"Hey,
road.
check out the videos I'm sending you. I'm shooting guns on a military base." And then he'd be like, look, I'm jumping off cliffs. One time he calls me. The best is he calls me. And we GPS'd him. I put a GPS on his phone. He didn't know about it. So I could see him. And then he finally figured out that I did it. He calls me. He goes, hey, you want to see your GPS at work? Check it out now. I'm going 150 miles an hour. And he was
You're a horrible son.
You know, sometimes distraction's what you need in times of.
You know
Trial.
what? Your mom beat it. It all worked out.
Yeah.
I knew she was gonna beat it.
You knew.
No, I didn't.
He
She
got
had
there,
a
he
50-50. I had a free ride. You know, like you know, that's
He
what
shaved
you
his
do.
head when he got there for his mom.
She shaved my head.
And then
Very
we didn't have
noble.
any way to get him
Mom.
back. So he sold a car.
Yeah, sold a car.
Well,
bought
your
a plane
mom's
flight,
cars.
and just showed
What
up
car
at my
did you
house.
sell?
and
It
I
was a
like,
1989 Chevy Cavalier.
Was your
ragtop.
mom's? Whose
It was
car was
yeah.
it?
It was just the extra family car. They let me. Oh yeah.
I guess your mom
Got,
didn't
like,
need it anymore.
$1,000 for it, I think, because it was a ragtop. It was kind of cool.
and then he flew back, and I showed up at my house. I was like, "Oh boy, we didn't think this was going to happen."
Yeah, I surprised him. I didn't let anybody know I found a way home.
We tried to kind of keep him there. And
The
then
other one definitely wanted me not coming back.
the best part was fans in Britain and fans in Australia were like, "Bring him to Britain. We'll take him across Britain."
Wow.
And then guys were like,
You should do
"Get
this.
him to
We were gonna
Australia.
do it,
we'll
but-
take him across." And Jim didn't want it to
That
happen.
well,
Let's face it, that's about
What hap-
14 miles.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
So
Britain's not too far.
that's
But
not Russia.
you know they would have gotten them all fucked up.
oh,
and-
it'd have been a great trip.
He
but
would've
no,
been
that
there
was
for
right
months.
around
We have
when.
big mountains there, like the Rockies.
So you basically skateboard across
You can
America.
skateboard all over a hump. And then with your flip-flops, well, you'd be well in fashion.
They're still getting better than Visions.
Yeah, they,
I really want to see these Vision shoes.
I have a picture on my Facebook.
I mean, that's fucking
You can see my toe.
Simon's on your side.
help me produce it. We're gonna do it.
The
All right,
DJ,
let's do
the
it.
white noise flip flops. Are you? Which idea do you like better? His flip flop 5K or the white noise idea?
Yeah, the
Which
They're
is the
combined.
one?
It's an idea that is
Oh,
one
he's
idea.
using the flip flop 5K.
to get the
To
white,
get the white noise.
idea.
Yeah.
I'm helping.
But which is
out.
more important to you?
It's all a win, man. Sometimes both parties can win.
That's true. You're a hero.
No, you are.
So then he longboarded from Santa Cruz to San Diego.
That's right. And that was actually much harder of a trip because we didn't have a car following us. We carried tents and 30-pound packs.
That's probably awesome though.
It was awesome. and that was one of the hardest.
Did like one of your
physical things I've
calves
done.
just get huge?
You should have read a book.
I learned to push Mongo
Can
and
you-
regular.
Yeah, because I can
He
only
You can
do
push
one.
both.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like only pro guys I know can do that shit. Like
Okay.
I can't ride
I'm a-
Switch,
I'm a
but I
goofy,
could
I
push
can't-
Mongo and regular.
So you
Yeah.
did that. Then you created this apartment comedy, which is great. But I think you need something else.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Flip-flop
Maybe the
5K.
flip flop 5K, or my whole thing in May, I was going to do the Backbone Trail, 68 miles over the Backbone Trail in 24 hours. Well, now it's been burnt, so
Yeah.
it's now I don't really want to do it.
It
Because
won't be
it's,
as beautiful.
It's
It's,
moonscape.
it's become
now.
a mutter.
Yeah, there won't be as scenic. There won't be good animals.
I'm like running over
Do
the
you have
moon.
to, like stage your apartment for this, like
Yeah.
a porn movie or something.
Kinda.
You know, like,
I move all my furniture out of it. I put Rosa chair. I have a stage. I have a curtain. I have spotlights.
is
I have
there
a
some
sound
kind of,
system.
like comedian staging thing that you do when you like porn movies. You know, it's all white with a. Well, I haven't watched them,
You haven't watched porn? Yeah, me neither. Of course not.
but do you have to stage it for that, or do you do it on radio?
Oh, you're shooting
confused
video.
by
He's
the
asking
question.
you lighting
Oh.
it and everything.
I do have a
I'm thinking
spotlight.
of the home decorating things that you might do for a.
I could probably
comedy
use a
show.
spruce up, but no. I mean, look, you saw it. It looks pretty legit.
you mean
as
like
far as
posters
apartment shows
and
go?
Make it
Yeah,
look like
it's-
a.
Get someone to come in and stage it for you.
I should, but I don't. I staged
Make
it myself.
real.
He has zero
but
budget.
It looks real because I literally have most shows. I mean, Eddie will tell you. I don't know if you guys do stand up or not, but we do plenty of shows where we show up and they're like, "All right, here's a microphone. Go to town," and you're
Right.
just in the floor of a bar and there's no spotlight.
I
There's
haven't
no
done
stage.
those shows in 20 years.
Oh, yeah, Eddie's a pro. Well, I still do those shows. I still do those shows. And you'll show up, and they're literally like, okay, go at it. And you have to yell at people that don't even know there's a comedy show going on.
Sounds like evangelism.
Yeah, it's horrible. And so this, I knew enough to create a good comedy setting. So I have proper lighting. I have a proper sound system. I have a
Would you have,
curtain.
like a bed or anything in it,
Well, it's a one-bedroom apartment,
or a
so
couch.
so I have a couch.
Have-
I
have
move the
you-
couch and have rows of chairs.
Have
Do
you?
the show from like a couch
You could watch the show from a couch.
or a bed.
Have you
No,
met
not
any
the bed.
girls at the show and then kept them in
I-
the
okay,
basement,
so I
chained to the
haven't.
wall? No.
I have met girls through the show, like audience members that are
Yeah.
cute, and then I've also, it's a fun thing to bring a girl to. If you meet her somewhere else, you go, oh, come to my apartment show.
And it's not so creepy because you're like, hey, come to my place. There's going to be 19
And at
other
first
people
they
there.
laugh and they go, haha, yeah, right. And then you go, no, I'm serious. I run a show in my living room. You should come. It's super fun. And then they come and they go, this guy's weird as shit. I want to be with him.
You should.
yeah.
Like I didn't even think to make it a show.
What?
Don't invent like that's like.
Yeah, he's a genius.
I should have fucking met
Yeah,
you,
real
dude. Like
genius.
we should have like you're are you like.
Oh,
you
the
still have
next
time.
step-
You have
Do
nothing.
you have like throw pillows? And stuff
Oh, yeah.
that
I got
you decorate with?
3 different throw pillows, all from IKEA.
Ooh!
Different. Yeah.
Go to fucking go get 2 coin operated massaging chairs for your place.
Smart. Make
Extra-
money. A
extra-
gumball machine.
Yeah, do you
Make
have a,
that money
do you have
back.
a snack machine there too?
No, but I
Make
should.
that money, honey.
You
That's
don't get
smart.
popped for doing a snack machine.
You're right.
Dude.
I don't even put out a donation bin.
Yeah.
I do nothing. But what I
Yeah.
want to do next is Ari's Apartment Comedy Festival and have a weekend of shows
But
in
you
my living
Airbnb
room.
the show in other countries.
You
At
should-
That
other
could be
people's
cool.
houses.
Oh yeah,
You-
rent
you
someone else's
should-
apartment and put a show on.
Yeah,
in
you
it.
do a tour with
Just
it.
get the
no,
worst
you should
reviews.
Airbnb your place, then throw the show in your place. So when the people are there, you're like, oh, by
I've
the
done
way.
that I've done. That I've done because so I'll rent out my second bedroom and the people will walk in to go stay there and there's a crowd full of people. It's the best. They walk in and they're confused as shit. That is fun. And you could see that if you look up my Airbnb profile, you could see that in my reviews. It will say, I went to stay at Ari's apartment. He runs a monthly show we didn't know about. It was super interesting. We've had
Fuck yeah, dude.
There's been mixed reactions. Sometimes I'll walk in and they're like, "Oh, this is pretty cool," and they stay and they're like, they get into it. And then sometimes they go straight to the room and hide.
Okay,
So-
the Europeans hang out, right?
I haven't,
What like
I haven't
let's do
narrowed it
some
down
case
by
study.
country.
Okay, you gotta.
but Airbnb
you gotta
has
figure.
made me
I like
racist.
to know what the patterns are. You know.
I haven't had any
You're all
countries
about
that are
patterns.
I
more
love-
about. shows, but Airbnb has made me racist.
There's a pattern to Puga's work. I haven't figured it out.
Wait, I just did a hot
stomp.
button. Yeah, you just missed that hot button. He just said Airbnb has made me racist.
It has. So
Explain.
I have. I'm kind of a slumlord, so I have.
Yeah.
I have two apartments that I lived at before my current one, and I kept them when I moved out, and I
He's
just
so
Airbnb
Venetian,
them
dude.
full
Let's-
time.
Oh my god.
So that's kind of what pays most of my bills, actually, is these Airbnbs.
Are you Sicilian?
I don't know what that is, but
It's a
isn't that a
pizza.
type of pizza? Yeah.
It's a racist term.
So
Okay, go on. Let him talk.
So I have these Airbnbs. So I basically run a hotel, but with 2 rooms.
Under the radar.
Yeah,
Off the
illegally.
books.
Yeah, off the books.
Out back.
Definitely illegally.
Yeah.
If anyone's listening to this, I'm just kidding. I don't actually do that, but I do it. And
For satirical purposes only.
yeah. So I'm not gonna say which races, but
That's
there are
all
some
the
races
fun.
White people.
that are messier than other races, and there are some races
Really?
that cause more disturbances with the neighbors than others, and there are some races that are super well behaved for the most part. So I wasn't, I'm racist now. Yeah, I'm announcing it here.
Should we all play guess the race?
Well,
Anybody want to play?
I know which ones are the most obnoxious.
Okay. Let's let just Jason play the guessing
I'll
game.
just you guess
Oh,
what
wait,
race.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
that's the
reveal
best
one.
way to
I'll
do
re- I'll-
this.
I'll
Oh,
give
wait,
you-
hold on,
Okay.
hold on. Let me. This is
Okay.
my show.
Okay.
This is going to be very fun.
Okay.
Jason's going to guess the race. Okay? If he
No.
gets it right, if you just, you're going to get points.
I don't want to be the racist.
You're not racist.
All we have to do is just like Texans.
Yeah. Just, you're going to guess
you
the
can-
race, and he's going to say wrong or right, and I'm going to
Oh,
give you
you
a
mean
score.
the offensive behavior?
So
Who
he,
get- okay, so
okay,
let's
so
say,
so
guess
let's
which race
So he's
gets the
gonna
most
say,
complaints
We're
from
gonna look at the
neighbors.
hold on,
now,
hold on.
right?
He's gonna say
All right,
which one's the
patterns.
messiest, and you say Albanians.
Oh no, you can't.
Okay.
Messi.
Okay.
Messi's so ambiguous.
Just-
you got to talk.
There's one specific
specifically-
race that's the messiest.
Okay.
Well, but Messi how? Messi dirty laundry. Messi
I'm
they
saying-
wipe their ass and put it in
I'm
the trash
saying
can.
Messi like you
like what kind
find-
of Messi? Because
Okay.
there's Messi from different countries.
When I say messy, I mean you wipe off liquids or scents where you're like, how did this come out of someone? What is this? What is this
So
thing that
they're
I'm
oily
wiping
people,
off
dude.
right now? Like a smelly oil food, weird food.
So we're
Do
not.
I have to fucking say
Listen,
it?
I'm not gonna put you in a bad situation because he's not even gonna tell you. All he's gonna say is right or wrong.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna
Remember,
tell you
I'm
what
the
race
racist,
it is.
not
I'm
you.
an idiot.
I'm the racist,
You're
not you.
I'm gonna say he's gonna give me a stereotype. I'm gonna guess the race. Then I'm gonna come off like that's how. No.
You're just guessing.
No.
Some of the stereotypes are obvious, and some of them aren't.
Just like Texas.
Just yeah. Okay, so
You go first.
Start with the first one.
Okay, let's start with the messy. The people
Messy.
who I'm like, oh, these people are gonna leave
Be
a
very
mess.
specific about the Messi. Don't just say Messi.
Musty yellow orange liquids.
No,
No,
that would
incorrect.
be someone that eats really rich foods.
Really, I know a lot of them.
That would. You think this is English?
I've had with English people. The only complaints that I get from them, sometimes they party a little too hard. They get a little too drunk. They'll throw up in the plants.
That's Simon.
They use words like damp and moist when they use that.
I'm not talking about what words these people use. I'm
night
talking about the
was
things that come out of their
Come on.
bodies.
So
I'm gonna say someone eats a lot of like fried curry-ish kind of foods. You know, that
say,
might be-
say
You're
the
pretty
country.
close. You're
like,
pretty
I would
close.
Say, like,
Say
in
the country.
Not.
Not Sri Lankan.
No, he's gonna like.
Not
Bahrain?
Bangladeshi.
Oh, I don't even know. I've never heard of that country.
Bahrainian.
Bahrainian. They're Thai? No, they're not Thai.
What,
Very
did you,
close,
Did
very
you mean
close. They are-
Indian?
But not Burmese.
That's a type of snake, I think.
Yeah.
That's a python, Burmese
No, it's a
python.
country.
Were you trying to say Indians?
I was
heard
gonna
it.
say, but there's what?
Were you trying to say
Is it
Indians?
Indian?
No.
Pakistani.
Do you want me to say? No.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, don't say
Okay,
it.
it's not
Don't say it.
Pakistani. and
I would
it's not-
imagine food.
Jason the racist.
No, because make me the racist. No, I had a friend who has an engineering firm, and he has a lot of Indian employees, and he actually had to have a conversation with one of his employees.
Keep
I'd
go-
say
keep
Indians
go-
have
keep
bad
going down
body
this
Because
odor.
worm.
no, because like the smell of the curry was
Yeah, Indians
actually
have
bothering coworkers.
a
and,
unique
like,
smell because of their diet, I think, but not. They don't transmit it to the apartment. That's just
Nope.
they keep that weird
Nope.
smell to
So you were
themselves.
wrong on that one. So you're
Yeah.
0 for 0.
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay, give 0 for 1. Give me
Okay.
the next one.
The next one, who gets the most complaints from the neighbors?
White people.
Wrong.
No.
That's your
Uh,
guess, Caucasians?
No.
That's not. Go with something like Americans, Irish, Italians.
the most complaints from neighbors, Swedes.
Nope.
You're just trying to. You're being
You're
a
trying to
dick
be
now.
PC.
Yeah, you're being
Yeah,
too
you're
PC.
trying to not
Be a
offend
man.
anyone. Come on,
All right.
offend some
Afraid.
people.
All right. The most complaints from neighbors. No, are you
Here,
sure?
I'll give my guess.
Are you
I'm
sure?
not afraid. I'll show you how to do it. I'm going to say either Australians or Brazilians.
Wrong and wrong.
Okay.
British.
Wrong. Oh, should I say it?
Yeah,
Sure.
say this one.
Black people.
Oh my God.
Most complaints from neighbors is black people.
What are
Now,
the-
who complains
what-
the most in general?
what are the
who
complaints?
complains about the place?
White people.
Correct.
American
Yeah,
white
American whites.
Well, hold on.
American
now.
white women. to
Yeah,
be
white women.
specific.
White women.
White women
White
put trouble
women
in the
are the worst.
house,
Yeah.
buddy.
Kevin Brennan has a joke. He goes, if you've ever had, if the women that complain about comedy shows, it's always white women with brown
They
hair and
suck.
glasses.
You ever see if it's
Dude,
a
you want to? I'll tell this one
no
Airbnb
offense,
story.
Rachel, but
I have it. No kids allowed. It says it right on the listing. No babies, no kids. I leave condoms in the bedside drawer as a perk because I'm a nice guy. I'm giving a little
And
bonus.
because you have a hole
for
in
the
the wall that
Airbnb.
you look through.
Let's not talk about that on there. So I leave condoms in the bedside drawer, and I have a Playboy magazine on the coffee table to show how cool I am.
No, that's gross. That's like, hey, jerk off in my apartment. That's so creepy.
So this girl,
Who reads Playboy?
this lady, sneaks a child into the apartment. Even though I say no kids, she brings her 9-year-old son with her to stay there.
and you
then
watched him jerk off.
And then she leaves me a bad review saying that I have condoms and Playboy magazines in the apartment. And that wasn't appropriate for her 9-year-old kid. I said no kids.
so,
White ladies.
So what happens? Do you get that review retracted?
You'd
or-
think I would, but
Who
no,
was
it's
the
up
food
there.
stain?
The food stain is Oriental Chinese people.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't say Oriental. You
Oh,
racist.
I mean Chinese people from
I mean,
China.
can you not say
Not
Oriental?
Chinese.
You're not allowed.
I
Or-
apologize. I didn't know.
No, you can in Britain. They
I mean,
say
Oriental
I'm
is
not.
like
These aren't
it's a geographical
American Asians are
reference.
totally fine, but people from China, born and
Yeah.
raised in China, are. I don't know if
No, it's
something
the
different
worst
is in their
tourist
culture. They're
generation in the
dirtier.
world ever. They're called the spoiled lion generation or whatever. It's like the first.
They just
middle-
don't clean up after
No,
themselves.
there's
I don't know what
like,
it is.
Like in Thailand and places, Vietnam, they actually banned
They eat
like
with
millennial
chopsticks.
Chinese tourists. Like at hotels, they like, no, you can't come.
You're making this up.
No, they litter. They're like really spoiled. They didn't get disciplined like generations
something's
previous.
up. I'm like, who?
Don't listen to anything. Like
Fucking,
listen
this is
to
when I
him.
take dumps. I read like
He's
National
very
Geographic.
What
interesting.
site did you read this on?
It's a
Reddit?
Nat Geo. I
Is
think it
this
was Nat
Reddit?
Geo, dude.
No, you did not.
Look up-
Nat Geo
take
did
it-
not make an
take it,
article
look
that
up the
they're not allowed
spoiled-
at hotels.
Spoiled lion generation. Just
We gotta
that
end this one.
keyword search.
Okay, we gotta end this
Lion.
show.
We
We gotta end the show. We got another show.
Thanks for having me on, Eddie.
All right.
Flipflop5k.org
Why is it a
Flipflop5k.org.
.org?
because it's a fundraising
Oh,
organization.
okay. All right. What are you gonna do now that you've done the apartment show and you've skateboarded across America?
I'd like to do Ari's Apartment Comedy Festival.
Okay.
And I just started a podcast that I'd like for you all to come
Oh,
on.
you should do a podcast.
Yeah.
It's like there really aren't that many.
You know, people say that joke. There's too many podcasts. You know what? There's also too many stand-up comedians.
Yeah, there's
And
too
there's no
many.
bands.
There's also
too
many actors.
Too many
bands.
guitarists.
I could start a podcast if I want. I made it legit.
But there's a problem.
Fact,
There-
2016 to 2017 podcasting grew by 80%. And it's only right now at a $300 million a year range. It's expected to go over $1 billion. So,
and here's the thing. I
plenty of room
know
for growth.
Somebody
I
check
know
all
a
those
lot
facts.
of people with popular podcasts, so it's like, of course I should start a podcast.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. There's going to get to a point where nobody's listening to podcasts because everybody's making one.
It's already at that point.
Yeah.
It's going to get to a point.
Hey,
We're
man,
at that point.
peak television's going to happen, man.
my
Netflix is going to
gardener,
go down.
my gardener
Remember
said to
that
me
shit
one day.
5 years ago?
My gardener said to me, "What is the Bingle show?" And I said, "Oh," he said, "What's the Bingle bus?" And I told him, I said, "I keep thinking like shit straw. I'm PTSD'd." He said, he saw the bus. What is it? What's the Bingle bus? I said, "Oh, I do a show. What kind of show?" And I thought he won't know. It's a podcast. He goes, "What's it about?" I said, "Oh, it's just me and my friends. We did talk shit and it's a comedy podcast." And he goes, "And you just record it and you put it on the internet?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, I want to do that about gardening. And I was like,
niche. That's where it's
He'll
at. The
probably
niche
beat the
podcast.
shit out of us with
Mine's
his
I've been
gardening
doing for a
podcast.
few years, so I know I say it now, but it's a therapy podcast. So you come on and I help you with your problem.
there's a lot of guys that do that already.
Fuck you.
I
No,
swear.
Are you
there,
like
there is.
Joe
certified to do
Matarese.
this?
What's
Joe
it?
Matarese has a therapist on his podcast that he does it with.
Well, mine's unlicensed.
called Fixing Joe.
therapist.
It's more about him. But Ari, thank you
Thanks
so
for
much
having
for
me
doing
on.
the show. It was great to have you.
Nice to meet you.
Very funny
Nice to
guy.
meet all of you.
Everybody should meet you and hang out with you because you're weird, and I like that.
Thank you.
And
I think.
come see him. He's a very funny guy. Where are you performing? Anywhere? You don't go
Comedy
anywhere.
Store every Monday, improv once in a while. AriManus.com. All my dates are on there.
AriManus.com if you want to get involved with this comedy festival. You'll have
Yeah.
some freak from here that, or somebody be like, hey, man,
Yeah,
we
if
should
you live in LA,
hey,
if you have
let's
any LA listeners,
unicycle to fucking Peru.
let's do it.
Flip flop 5K.
Flip flop 5K.
Do you,
Come on.
do you want to get involved with
You wanna
him?
help
Maybe
out?
we could have a skateboard / flip flop.
You could have a skateboarding set.
Slash
You know,
surf.
skating in flip flops. That's a
We gotta
motherfucker
go.
right there.
I chased a guy once in flip flops who slashed my tires. And,
I remember this.
Yeah.
Wow. Why'd he
Fucked
slash?
up.
What'd you do to make him slash though?
I was going through Venice, and you know those yellow crosswalks? White crosswalks you got to stop at. Yellow means slow down.
Oh, so you almost hit a guy and he slashed your tires?
So I almost hit him. I stopped. I was late for the airport. I stopped, and I clearly had way enough room to stop. I saw him. I stopped. I didn't blow it.
Yeah.
I stopped. And he's walking his bike across, which, by the way, you don't have to stop if they have a bike. And he goes, it's a fucking crosswalk, motherfucker. You crazy Venice, like homeless. guy.
Yeah.
Fucking rah, 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 rah. And he's screaming as he walks across. And I just so quietly watch him. And he's still screaming at me. I'm so quiet. And he gets to the other side of the street. And I roll down my window. And he's still yelling at me. And he's like, rah, 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 rah. And he finally stops. And I just go. And he looks at me and I go, I'll kill you. and then I drive away. And I see him like jumping up and down, like turned into the Tasmanian devil. And I'm like, fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
So I drive a couple more blocks, make a left, go into Costco. Because I had to buy suitcases. I had to get onto this flight really quickly. I needed a new
He
suitcase.
followed you?
I go into Costco. I buy the suitcases. I come out. My tires are slashed. And I'm like, what the fuck what? And I'm sitting outside the Costco Tire Center. I'm like, is this how they get business? So I go into Costco and I'm like, can I talk to your manager? And I'm like, is this how you guys do this shit? And the guy's like, and I'm like, look, I'm really late. I have to get to Mexico. I was going to Cabo for this big radio promotion thing. I said, I got to make this flight. And I'm thinking, it was before Airbnb. I called my sister. I'm like, you're going to have to pick me up. My tires are slashed. And the guy goes, your tires aren't slashed. Your pins are pulled. And I was like, what? He goes, somebody pulled your pins. Like it takes like pliers. And
Yeah,
they
there's
just,
a little tool you can unscrew it.
yeah, and you just took them out and your air just releases. He's like, I can fix this. It'll take like 10 minutes or whatever. And I'm like, all right. And I'm talking to him, and all of a sudden, I'm just standing there. I see the guy that I yelled at, that was yelling at me, pop up behind a car and sneak away. And he called me fuckface like 10 times. And so that's all I knew. So I go, hey, fuckface! And he turns back at me. And he sees me, and then he just starts like riding on his bike. So I'm in flip flops, and I start sprinting, and I'm like, I used to be pretty fast. I ran track
You're
all through
still
college.
probably
I'm like,
fast, yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna run this motherfucker down and give him the beating of a lifetime. So I start chasing him, and about halfway in, I realize you can't run in flip flops.
No, we're gonna walk. We're gonna have a walk.
So
It's a
I
5K
kick
walk.
off the flip flops, start sprinting barefoot,
Barefoot, oh my
down. What is that? Is that
That's Washington Boulevard,
Washington
yeah.
Boulevard in Venice, and I'm catching this dude on a bike, and I'm gaining on him, and I'm almost there. And honestly, I've now run about 200, 300 meters, and I'm a 400. The 400 was like one of my races, and after 400, I collapsed to the ground. I'm full sprint chasing this guy, and the light is turning yellow to red, and this guy gets through the light, and the cars just like buzz on me, and I'm like, there's no way I've got him now. He's on a bike.
Yeah.
And he realizes, and he turns around and he gives me the finger and just rides off. And I'm like,
Damn.
and then all of a sudden, pain like I've never felt shoots up from my feet. And I look on the bottom of my feet and just blood
Oh no.
from like sprinting after him. So I go to the airport. I start scrubbing my feet in the bathroom, in the bathroom at the airport, like trying to clean them out. There's a guy in the airport looking at me while I'm scrubbing my feet, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like this rock star looking dude. So I get on the plane. Again, I'm doing this show for this radio station. It's the Alice Morning Show in San Francisco, big show. And I get to Mexico. They pick us up with a shuttle. I get on the bus or the shuttle, and they're like, "We got to wait for the band." I forget, it was some famous band, and they go, "We got to pick up the band too that's coming to play." Like I was doing comedy, the band's getting on the bus. The band gets on, the lead singer is the guy that saw me in the bathroom. And he looks at me and he goes, "What the fuck's going on with your feet, dude?" And I'm like, I've got toilet paper wrapped around them.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh. So we get to Cabo, and I go straight to the hospital, like clinic place, and they had to take a wire brush and scrub. They gave me shots of like Novocaine and scrubbed out all the gravel out of my feet. But and the guy got away.
I hope he's dead.
So the moral of the story is,
Chill out.
no, your fucking flip flop thing is a bad fucking
Don't
idea.
bum rushed crosswalks. Relax. You're really not that important in life, any one of you. And if we're gonna walk into flip flop, I want flip 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 flip.
Thank you for listening to the Bingle Show. Join us at the Flip Flop 5K. It's the worst idea.
That's a great idea. Fuck.
Thank you, Ari, for being here. arimanus.com.
Perfect. 2 N's in Mannis.
And are you on Instagram?
At Ari Manus.
At Ari Manus. At Jason Hour. I'm at Eddie Ift. This is the Bingle Show. Thanks for listening. iTunes. Tell your friends. Spread the love. Spread the cheer. And use the Instagram. Use it all. You know, social media. I don't need to tell you. Goodbye.